Yada do, yada do, yada do, yada do. Bada bo do 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 do. The exploitative relationship may be predator-prey, but it also may represent host and parasite, where the relationship is negative for the host and positive for the parasite. In a 2009 article in the International Journal for Parasitology, Owen et al. Looked at the relationship between birds and the northern fowl mite. The mite lives on the outside of the bird and feeds off the bird's blood. This is a positive relationship for the mite, but a negative relationship for the bird. In response to the mite, the bird has an inflammatory response. This swelling makes it more difficult for the mite to feed. This difficulty translates into fewer offspring because the mite has fewer resources to put into reproduction. So this immune response of the bird affects the population dynamics of the mite. This response by the bird puts a selective pressure that selects for mites that can overcome this defense, either behaviorally, physiologically, or structurally. If the mites are able to do this, then birds will be under pressure to develop another way to deal with the mites. This back and forth has been likened to an arms race, where each side of the interaction tries to overcome the adaptations of the other. Adaptations for the host might be thicker skin, grooming habits, or toxins to kill the parasite. Adaptations for the parasite might include longer feeding apparatus, better attachment sites, or resistance to host toxins. If we go another size smaller, a similar relationship to parasite-host exists with pathogen and host. The interesting thing about the ecology of hosts and pathogens is the scale. Because of the size difference between host and pathogen, you can have an entire population, or even metapopulation, within a single host. Sometimes researchers will focus on the within-host dynamics. In this case, the population of pathogens occurs within a single host. So the host becomes not just an exploited resource, but also creates the abiotic conditions the interaction occurs in. In this scenario, you might have competition between two diseases taking place all within a single host. Researchers may then be interested in what is the interspecific relationship between multiple pathogens within the same host. Alternatively, researchers may look at the relationship of a pathogen and its host within a host population. In this case, reproduction in the pathogen population is not seen as duplication of infectious particles within a host, but instead is viewed as the movement into secondary hosts. The challenge for many community studies is figuring out what constitutes your population.